February 4th, 2016. The Federal Reserve Bank of New York receives 36 transfer requests from the Central Bank of Bangladesh. Almost $1 billion. The requests flood in during the Bangladeshi weekend when no one is watching. By the time anyone notices, $81 million has already vanished into accounts in the Philippines and Sri Lanka. A typo saves the rest. The hackers spelled foundation as fandation in one transfer request, triggering human review. But the invisible thieves are already gone. And this is only one operation, one target, one weekend. Please subscribe to the channel and comment where you are watching from on the comment below. Let's continue. Rewind to 2007. In Pyongyang, North Korea's Reconnaissance General Bureau creates a cyber warfare unit known internally as the 110th Research Center, 3rd Bureau. And the outside world will come to know them by another name, Lazarus Group. Their mission is not ideological, it's financial. North Korea, strangled by international sanctions, cannot access global banking systems, so it builds something else, a state-sponsored criminal enterprise designed to steal billions. By 2009, Lazarus operatives are already active, launching crude, distributed denial-of-service attacks against South Korean government systems, an operation called Operation Troy. They are learning, testing, watching. November 2014. Sony Pictures. Entertainment employees arrive at work to find their computers displaying a red skeleton and a threatening message. The attack is catastrophic. Over a year, Lazarus hackers had quietly infiltrated Sony's systems, moving laterally, stealing unreleased films, executive emails, and personal data on thousands of employees. The attack was retribution. Sony was preparing to release The Interview, a comedy about assassinating North Korea's leader. But something shifts after Sony. By 2014, cybersecurity firms notice a change in Lazarus tactics. The group isn't just disrupting anymore, it's stealing money. A subgroup emerges, Blue Norov. Its sole purpose is financial theft to fund North Korea's nuclear weapons and ballistic missile programs. February 2016. The Central Bank of Bangladesh uses the SWIFT network, a secure international messaging system that handles trillions of dollars daily. Lazarus hackers study the system for months. They compromise the bank's network, install custom malware, and steal SWIFT credentials. Then they wait for a Thursday night, the start of the Bangladeshi weekend, and the attack unfolds in silence. 36 transfer requests fire off to the New York Federal Reserve, requesting withdrawals totaling $951 million. Most are flagged and stopped, but $81 million slips through, routed to casino accounts in the Philippines, where the money is quickly laundered and dispersed. The malware was nearly identical to code used in the Sony attack. Lazarus had weaponized the global financial system itself, and they had almost succeeded in stealing $1 billion. May 12, 2017. A ransomware worm called WannaCry begins spreading across the internet at unprecedented speed. It encrypts files on infected computers and demands $300 to $600 in Bitcoin to unlock them. Within hours, WannaCry infects over 300,000 computers in at least 150 countries. The UK's National Health Service is crippled. One-third of secondary care hospitals go offline. More than 19,000 medical appointments are cancelled. The total cost to the NHS alone exceeds $112 million. In December 2017, the United States, United Kingdom, Australia, Canada, and New Zealand publicly attribute WannaCry to North Korea. It is the biggest ransomware outbreak in history, and it was launched by a nation-state. Not for ideology, for cash. By 2017, Lazarus discovers a new frontier: cryptocurrency exchanges. Unlike traditional banks, many crypto platforms have weaker security, less regulation, and irreversible transactions. Between January 2017 and September 2018, Lazarus steals approximately $571 million in cryptocurrency from 5 Asian exchanges alone. The tactics are surgical: spear-phishing emails containing malware, stolen credentials, backdoor intrusions. With the group targets exchanges in South Korea, Taiwan, India, Pakistan, the Philippines, and beyond. Cryptocurrency becomes North Korea's sanction evasion lifeline. The funds are laundered through mixers, shell accounts, and Chinese financial networks, then funneled back to Pyongyang to fund weapons research. September 2018. The U.S. Department of Justice unseals a criminal complaint and arrest warrant for Park Jin-hyuk, a North Korean national. He is charged with conspiracy to commit wire fraud, bank fraud, and computer intrusion. According to the FBI, Park worked for a North Korean front company called Chosun Expo and operated out of Dalian, China, between 2002 and 2014. He is directly linked to the Sony hack, the Bangladesh bank heist, and WannaCry. Park built fake online personas, created fraudulent CVs, and used social media to build a network of contacts. His digital footprints placed him in China for over a decade before his activity shifted to Pyongyang. But Park is not arrested. He remains in North Korea beyond extradition. The indictment is symbolic, a public acknowledgement that the US knows who is responsible. But Lazarus continues operating. March 23, 2022. Hackers breach the Ronin Network, a blockchain bridge used by Axie Infinity, a popular play-to-earn NFT game. They steal 173,600 Ethereum and 25.5 million USD coin, worth approximately $625 million. It is the second largest cryptocurrency heist in history at the time. The attackers used stolen private keys to forge fake withdrawals. The breach goes unnoticed for 6 days. On April 14, 2022, the FBI and U.S. Treasury Department publicly attribute the attack to Lazarus. The Treasury sanctions the Ethereum wallet address that received the stolen funds, prohibiting U.S. entities from transacting with it. By then, Lazarus has already laundered 18% of the stolen funds, approximately $97 million. The rest sits in a sanctioned wallet, frozen but unclaimed. February 2025. Lazarus executes the largest cryptocurrency theft ever recorded. They breach ByBit, a major cryptocurrency exchange, and steal nearly $1.5 billion worth of Ethereum. The FBI attributes the attack within days. The hackers immediately begin converting the stolen assets into Bitcoin and other digital currencies to obscure the trail. By March 2025, Lazarus successfully launders at least $300 million of the stolen funds, transforming them into assets unlikely to be recovered. The operation surpasses the combined total of 47 cryptocurrency robberies throughout 2024. Between January 2024 and September 2025, Lazarus steals an estimated $2.84 billion in cryptocurrency. Half is laundered through Cambodia-based Huione Pay and Chinese banks. The rest funds North Korea's sanctioned nuclear weapons programs. The hacking operations are not Lazarus's only revenue stream. North Korea deploys between 1,000 and 2,000 IT workers abroad, using fake identities to secure remote jobs at legitimate companies. They pose as software developers, blockchain engineers, and smart contract specialists. Using stolen or forged identity documents, often Russian or Malaysian, they gain employment at US and international firms. Once inside, they are paid in stablecoins like USDT and USDC. The funds are routed through VPNs, crypto mixers, and consolidation addresses before being funneled to North Korea's Ministry of Defense and Foreign Trade Bank. Investigators notice red flags, login records showing access from Russian and UAE IP addresses, devices set to Korean language settings, and multiple fake personas sharing the same hardware. In June 2025, 4 North Korean nationals are indicted for defrauding US and international companies out of nearly $1 million in cryptocurrency using this scheme. But the indictments don't stop the operations. The workers remain embedded. The money keeps flowing. September 13, 2019. The US Treasury Department sanctions 3 North Korean hacking groups, Lazarus Group, Blunerov, and Andariel. All 3 are identified as controlled entities of North Korea's Reconnaissance General Bureau. The sanctions prohibit US on persons from transacting with these groups and block all property and interests in property under US jurisdiction. Foreign financial institutions that facilitate significant transactions for these groups face correspondent account sanctions. The Treasury statement is blunt. North Korea is robbing banks to fund its weapons programs. But the sanctions are symbolic. Lazarus operates from North Korea, beyond the reach of Western law enforcement. The hackers don't use their real names. They don't operate traditional bank accounts. And they've already stolen billions. Every Lazarus operation succeeds because of a human failure. At Sony, an employee opened a spear phishing email. At the Bangladesh bank, security protocols were insufficient to detect network intrusions. At Ronin Network, the attackers socially engineered their way into stealing private keys. At ByBit, the breach involved manipulating trusted access points. In every case, advanced malware and sophisticated tactics exploited human trust, negligence, or oversight. Technology didn't fail, people did, and Lazarus exploited that ruthlessly. By 2025, Lazarus Group has attempted to steal over $1.1 billion from financial institutions worldwide. They have successfully conducted operations against banks in Bangladesh, India, Mexico, Pakistan, the Philippines, South Korea, Taiwan, Turkey, Chile, and Vietnam. They have targeted more than 16 organizations across 11 countries using phishing, backdoor intrusions, and swift system manipulation. Between 2017 and 2023, North Korea conducted 58 cyber attacks, primarily against cryptocurrency companies, stealing approximately $3 billion in digital currencies. From January 2024 through September 2025 alone, North Korea stole an estimated $2.84 billion in cryptocurrency. The funds finance nuclear weapons research, ballistic missile programs, and regime operations. North Korea has transformed cybercrime into a state-funded enterprise, and it shows no signs of stopping. Lazarus Group remains active. The hackers evolve their tactics constantly, deploying AI tools like Chat, GPT, and DeepSeek to enhance operations. They continue embedding IT workers in foreign companies, generating revenue through salaries and stolen digital assets. International coalitions, including the Multilateral Sanctions Monitoring Team, representing 11 countries, issue statements condemning North Korea's cybercrimes and calling for stronger cooperation. But condemnation is not enforcement, and enforcement is nearly impossible. The hackers operate from within North Korea, shielded by a regime that profits from their crimes. They launder billions through decentralized networks that span continents, and they've proven that a nation-state can rob the world, one blockchain at a time. Lazarus Group is not a criminal gang. It is North Korea's invisible economy, and it is one of the most successful, cybercrime operations in history,